Hey everybody, it's the Salty Pug Lord. How y'all been doing? Well, what has it been, 7 or 8 months since I made a video? Man, I have been so frickin' busy. Anyway, I was reading the SurrounDead subreddit, and someone said, how do you play this game? What are the basics? And I wrote a big stupid wall of text, as I always do. I seem to like the sound of my own key clicks almost as much as I like the sound of my own voice. But down at the bottom here, I said, I really need to make a YouTube video about this because this is the second time I've typed up a huge wall of text, and I really want to be able to just give people the URL of a YouTube video. So we'll talk more about the lessons that I give in this big long comment as we go. I've got it copied to my notes to self text file over here. But for the moment, let's just get SurrounDead started up so you can see the title screen. And I'll tell you the one piece of configuration that I think you really have to do before you start a new game, and then we'll start a new game. Okay, here we are at the title screen. The one thing I would tell you you really need to do in this game is, in the early game, you're going to be using almost exclusively melee weapons, and so you need to be able to control those melee weapons well. And I believe that the default melee weapon settings are not good ones. They're ones that will make it much harder for you to swing your melee weapons. So I would say, before you start a new game, go to Settings, go to Controls. You see melee aiming toggle here and alternate melee controls, no holding aim. I would say make sure that your melee aiming toggle is unchecked, and make sure that your alternate melee controls, no holding aim, is checked. These are going to make stabbing things with your shiv that you get for your first weapon much easier, and will increase your odds of surviving your first zombie encounter by a huge amount. And with that in place, let's go ahead and start a new game. Now you can set this up however you want. As far as I can tell, none of these stats that you set on this screen will change anything about the gameplay, and once you get to a safe zone, you will actually be able to find a barber character or vendor who will allow you to change your appearance to whatever you want. So I'm just going to go with this stuff. Actually, it didn't select a prior occupation to me, so how about, I'm going to say I was a pizza delivery guy. Sure, why not? Okay. Now, at this point, you can select any of several different difficulties. I would select the standard difficulty. If you want to, some things you could do to make it a little bit easier without ruining the gameplay. You could go to AI, and you can see the zombie speed multiplier down here. If you change this to 1/2 by dragging the slider down to 0.5, in my opinion, that makes the zombies much more like John Romero movie slow zombies. So, your call, whatever you think is right. I think the other thing that I would do is make sure that you have backpack in backpack enabled. This game gets really difficult if you can't find a good backpack, and it's really unnecessary for it to be that way. You should be able to put a lunchbox inside a backpack. It just makes sense. And so I would say make sure that you do not disable backpack and backpack. Make sure that this setting is unchecked. And I would make sure that allow difficulty changes in-game is set, because you may want to come back here and dick with these settings, so make sure that this is checked. I wouldn't actually really change anything else. I generally like all the other settings, so let's just start the game. Okay, here we are by the side of the road. Looks like we've got a more deciduous forest on our right and a more pine forest type of biome on our left. Looks like there's some deer around here, some dead cars, and maybe some houses. So, okay. Oh, look, down there, there's a zombie. Can you see the zombie chasing that deer? That's funny. So the first thing you probably need to know is that WASD, the keys make you move relative to the camera. So if I look at myself and I press the A key, my character is going to move to his right which is going to look like R left because of the way the camera is oriented. Likewise, if I press the S key, our character is not going to back up, rather he's going to move towards the camera. So this allows you to sort of look at things while you move around them and circle strafe. It's a little bit disconcerting at first, but you will get used to it. And the next thing you need to know is if you hit Tab, you'll get your inventory open. Notice that we have all of our equipment over here. Right now, all we've got is this little plastic container and basically the clothes on our back. But we could have 2 guns as well as a sidearm and a melee. We could have a bunch of equipment like a GPS and a fishing rod, binoculars and a flashlight. And of course we could have, you know, helmets and cool tactical eyewear. Another thing to notice about this screen is that you see this crafting tab. These here are the things that you can craft just in your hands. You don't need a crafting bench. So, let's go back to our equipment, and you can see over here, in our little secure container, we have a rag, and we have a worn knife. So let's go ahead and drag and drop this worn knife onto our melee slot, and then hit escape to get out of our inventory. Now you can see the knife right there on my belt. You can also see down at the bottom, the little bar says 4 is the knife. So if I hit 4, then my knife will come out. And now it's just a matter of left-clicking to swing the knife. And the character just swings in whatever direction you're facing. Okay, we have the means to maybe take on a zombie, or maybe not, it's hard to say. Let's go ahead and walk over to these houses and take a look. Looks like, I think I can see over there that there's a deer that got taken down by a zombie, so we'll go over there in a minute and see if maybe there's some deer meat that we can pick up, but right now we have so little storage. We only have our pockets and this little secure container. Probably be a lot smarter for us to try and find a backpack or at least some cargo pants to try and hold more things. So I'm just gonna jog over here. You can sprint by holding down left shift, but notice that it's taking down that yellow bar in the lower left, and that does eat into your food, and right now food is something that I don't have any of. You can see there's no food over here, so yeah. We're gonna have to try and find some food and water as well. I'm not sure if you can see it on the recording, but there looks like a police officer zombie over there. Now he, I think, is chasing the deer, but he may see me, and we may hear the music change. Well, the music doesn't change, but he sure sees me, so just keep left-clicking. Anytime a zombie gets near you, just face right at them and keep left-clicking until they go down. Alright, good. First zombie kill is successful, and if you look down in the lower left, you can see it says LVL1, and there's 9 out of 500. We got 9 XP for killing that zombie, and let's go ahead and put our crosshair over them and type the F key. And there's some antiseptic, in fact, 2 antiseptic. Now, this is actually a really good thing, and let me show you why. In crafting, you can see that there are bandages. Bandages are what are going to keep you alive when a zombie hits you. In order to make 2 bandages, you need 2 disinfectant and 2 rags. We have 2 disinfectant, but we only have 1 rag. The good news, however, is that any clothing we find in this house, we can tear it up and turn it into rags. So let's look around and see if there are any other zombies coming to get us. Nothing obvious. Okay. We'll go on inside this house carefully, keeping our ears wide open. Trying to look around every corner if possible. Oh, you can scroll the mouse wheel to get closer or farther away. I like to be able to just barely see the feet on the bottom of the screen there. Something like that. Okay. So look for the little sneaky bastard. Ran right in the front door while I was looking the other way. So remember, when a zombie runs at you, look straight at them and just keep left-clicking until they go down. Never a dull moment in SurrounDead. Okay, so this zombie is down, so let's put our crosshair on them and hit F to see... Oh. Jeez. Where do these clowns come from? Alright, that was really rude. Put your crosshair on the zombie you killed and hit F to see what they've got. In this case, just an empty can, some lockpicks. I don't really think the lockpicks are going to be very useful, but we can always drop them out of our inventory later if we want. And let's look at what this other zombie had, too. Some cloth? That's good. Remember, cloth is what we need to craft bandages. So, in fact... Jeez, that's a noisy deer. Since we have one rag already, and we can craft this one cloth... Oh, no, we need 2 cloth to make 2 rags. Then we can make a bandage. Okay, we'll keep collecting cloth. Let's search this cupboard, see what's in here. Please be a backpack. Please be a backpack. Nope, no backpack. Well, I guess I can put on the hat. Why not? I don't really feel like putting on the glasses. The bottle of alcohol, we'll go ahead and keep it, but it's probably not that useful. Jeez, the deer are noisy. Oh, I see why. There's a couple zombies over here beating on the deer. That's why it's making a lot of noise. Can't blame it for making a lot of noise when it's being killed by zombies. Okay, let's search this sink. See if we can find anything here. Oh, wow. Really lucky find. We have a can of food, and we have a can opener. If you found the can of food but you didn't find the can opener, you wouldn't be able to open the can or eat it. So I see down here my hunger bar is 86, and the can of food will restore 14. That sounds perfect to me. Let's go ahead and consume this. We ate it, our food bar is back up to 100%, and we have an empty can, which I'm just going to drop on the ground. See, there it is. Alright, that's all we found in the sink. Let's go ahead and take a look at the fridge. Absolutely nothing in the fridge. Looks like RNG hates me this game. This sometimes happens. And I think... I'm feeling a little nervous because of the number of zombies that are nearby. I would like to try and reduce the number of zombies that are around. However, one of the things that I said in my Reddit post is that when all you have is a knife, you can only afford to fight one zombie at a time. So pick your target very carefully. So that's what we're going to try and do here. We're going to see if we can find just one zombie that's a little bit farther away from the others. So I see over there, I see that fireman zombie. I also see a crawler zombie right here. What I'm worried about is there was, aha, you see in the window there, that sprinter zombie? The sprinter zombies are very quick and they should be considered the most dangerous ones around. So, here's what I'm going to do. I am going to try to go over here so that I'm hidden from the view of the zombies in the house. And I'm going to try and get the crawler to come to me. Now, if you hit control, you'll crouch. And as soon as the zombie gets close, just keep left-clicking to stab them until they're dead. Oh, somebody saw us. Well, that's okay. Just face him and keep left-clicking until he's dead. And if you stab them fast enough, they'll almost never have a chance to swing at. I only had a cell phone, but it was only worth $5. What good is a cell phone in the zombie apocalypse? Oh, well this is actually nice. There's some more antiseptic to make bandages with, and radiation pills, which you can see down in the lower left, there's the radiation symbol. You do have a radiation meter, and you can die of radiation poisoning. So... You know, while we're here, I see a couple of deer corpses right here, and those probably have meat on them. The zombies did all the work of killing these deer for me. Would be a waste to not grab that meat. So we'll go over to the deer, put our crosshair on it, hit F to interact. Alright, 3 raw meats. We will try and find a way to cook these a little bit later, but for the moment, we'll just keep them on us. I assume there will be 3 or 4 raw meat on this deer as well. Yep. Oh, wow. Even a deer head if we want to make a mounted deer head. All right, 9 meat. That's actually a lot of food. That'll keep us going for a long time. We just got to find a way to cook it. In crafting, there's a campfire. However, that takes 4 logs and 8 rocks. We're going to have to keep our eyes open for logs and rocks. Also, we don't have a lot of storage space. Where are we going to store these logs and rocks that take 4 spaces each? Hope we find a backpack soon. All right. I believe, yeah, here he is. The white zombies are sprinters. So let's just, I don't see anybody else here. We'll just let him come to us and just left click to swing until he's dead. All right. We'll put our crosshair on him and F to see if he has anything. A backpack! That's fantastic. I love that. So you see over here we have this backpack slot. We just drag and drop this backpack over here and watch on the right side as suddenly a 5x5 grid pops up that I can store things in. All right. That's what I'm talking about. So I'll put some of the stuff that I don't care about so much over here. And I'll keep the pills and the food in my secure container. Oh, this guy also had a walkie-talkie, but it's only worth $5, and in the zombie apocalypse, there's no one else out there. And a Bible, which, yeah. Okay, so we searched that house. We didn't find very much that was good. We had to kill a zombie to get our backpack. I'm just going to take a peek in the garage here. Oh, hello. Control to crouch, and then just keep left-clicking until he's dead. All right, nice. And no loot. RNG hates me. Okay. I don't see any little magnifying glass signs in here, so I think we got everything we can from that house. Let's pick up the meat from this deer over here, and then we'll go into this house. Wow. Boy, we're getting a lot of... So, the raw meat only stacks to 10, so I've actually got really a lot of food here. If only I could cook it. Some of these car wrecks are searchable, and they'll have the magnifying glass if they are. Not that one. Okay, going in, just looking around. This house seems to be mostly empty. Let's look in the oven. Maybe there's some food or water in here. Energy drink. Gives you 20 water and increases your yellow energy bar by 30. I'd say we'll go ahead and drink this right now. Okay. Another can opener. Oh, we don't need another one. We already have one, but still, that's a good find. If you don't have a can opener, you can open cans. And a can of canned corn, which is worth 14 hunger, but we're at 88, so we don't need it quite yet. We'll wait till we get down to 86 or 85. Always nice not to starve to death. Yeah, okay, this doorway is blocked. So who knows what was in there. Another shelf. Maybe we can find some cargo pants. Who knows? Well, there certainly is a lot of stuff in here. And a lot of it is pretty nice, too. One thing I see here is a fishing rod. You see we have a fishing rod slot down here. Fishing is a great way to get very reliable stream of food. You just got to be able to cook the fish that you catch. So let's go ahead and put this fishing rod down in our fishing rod slot. And now you can see down here number 9. So if we can find a river or a lake, we can fish and we can get plenty of food. Orange plaid shirt versus black shirt. I don't really see that it makes much difference. Instead, let's right click on this and rip it up for cloth. We'll just start collecting cloth here so that... Aha! So we needed more cloth before we could make a bandage. So let's go ahead and go into our crafting. And we need... So you can see here's the bandage. It needs 2. I'm just going to drop this single rag. A single rag isn't any use to us. So let me click on rags. Then we craft that item times 1. one set of rags, one set of 2 rags. Okay. Now we have 2 rags and at least 2 antiseptic, so we can click on bandage, and we can craft the bandages. And there we go, now we have some bandages. So in addition to having bandages that we can right-click and use to regain health, I'm also going to do this thing where I drag these down and I put them on the number 6 on the bar down here. And this way, when I'm out here, I can just type the number 6 on my bar, and I'll use one of my bandages and heal myself. It looks like this. Okay, we weren't done looting, so let's go ahead and keep looting here. Here's some money. Money, not always a lot of use in the zombie apocalypse. So, you know, we'll keep it, but let's not expect very much for 30 bucks. Gloves, I guess I could put some gloves on. It's not really that cold, but it's free real estate, so why not? Hunter hat. Actually, you know what? I do actually like the hunter hat. I'm going to drop the ranger hat. I'm going to put on the hunter hat. There you go. And this is a book. How to Train for a Marathon. Increase your ability and fitness by 250 XP. That sounds great. Let's read it. Okay. Good deal. And if we hit J to get our journal, journal tells us what time it is, among other things. But it also tells us about our quests and our skills. So you can see in fitness, we just got a boost of 250 points in fitness by reading that book. We're halfway to fitness level 2, which is actually really nice. Also note in your journal, there's a quest here. I've heard of a main safe zone in the surrounding area. I really need to look at finding out where this place is and heading there. Go to the Valley Safe Zone. That's our first quest. Okay. That's just fine. And we'll worry about that when we're done looting these houses. Blue gloves, nah, I'll keep my black gloves. Can't rip them up for cloth. It's a chair here. I don't know, is it really useful? I guess because the price is 50 bucks, we can sell that when we get to the safe zone for some money. So let's just go ahead and throw it down here. Likewise with this lamp, 50 bucks when we get to the safe zone. This clothing cupboard is 2x3, so it takes a lot of space. And it's only 50 bucks, so I don't think I really want to waste space like that. Let's just leave that where it is. And there's one more bedroom up here we need to look at, which is empty. Okay, fair enough. Let's head back on downstairs, and so we searched that house over there. We just searched this house. And there's only one more house here to take a look at. Like downstairs there's, well, maybe there's something in the kitchen, but we'll search this dresser. Oh, quite a lot of stuff in here. I guess we'll add the liquor to our growing collection of liquor bottles. We can actually craft these into Molotov cocktails with using rags and duct tape, if we can find some more rags and duct tape. Another lockpick for our lockpick collection, though we won't be able to use the lockpicks until we get the lockpicking skill in our journal. A shmega? Well, why not? Actually, can we tear this? We can. Let's tear this up into cloth. We need cloth more than we need a scarf right now. Trucker hat? Nah, I like my hunter hat better. Chair? Eh. Tape measure only worth 5 bucks. Oh, fingerless gloves. You know what? I love fingerless gloves. So let's go ahead and drop these and put on our fingerless gloves. Also, I'm wearing office shoes. I don't really like office shoes. I don't think they're good when you're out in the woods. They are worth 50 bucks, so I'll put them over here, but if I need to throw those away, I'm going to throw those away. And let's put on the trail shoes, perfect for rugged terrain. A damaged fireman's axe. You know, this is tempting because A, I can slash zombies with it, and B, I can chop at trees. So you know what, let's take our shiv off for the moment. We'll put it in our backpack, and we'll put the axe on our melee weapon. Now, when we hit 4 to get our melee weapon out, now we have an axe we can chop zombies with. It's a little slower, it eats our stamina faster, but... Well, let's check their fridge and see what's in the fridge. Okay, another bottle of liquor we might be able to turn into a Molotov. Another energy drink that'll give us 20 thirst. Let's just go ahead and drink it. Fair enough. Reasonable loot, especially for early game. This is good. Some more food and a tin of sardines. I think we'll put the food that we can't eat over here. Then we can put our food that we can eat in here. All right. Looks like night is falling. I'm going to hit J to see what time it is. 18:26, so it's almost 6:30 p.m. We don't have a sleeping bag, so we can't really sleep through the night, which is kind of a bummer. I was really hoping we would find something like that, but it looks like we're not going to find it, so our first night may be a long one. So we've got everything that we can get out of here. None of the cars work. So kind of an open question about where do we go next. I see some cars over there. In fact, we started over there, and that dune buggy over there was smoking a little bit, so maybe that's one is working. I also see some cars over there. I wish I had a map. Oh, wait, I do have a map. If I hit the M key, here's a map. Here's the problem, though. This is a map of the area that I'm in, but because I don't have a GPS unit in my little GPS slot right here, I don't know where I am on the map. So that's no good. I guess we just need to pick a direction and go. And I'm going to go ahead and go this way. But first I'm going to sheathe my axe by hitting 4. I just want to see if that dune buggy up there maybe is a working car. If it is, that'll put us way ahead of the game. Nothing here. It's so dark I can't even see where the dune buggy is. Salvage vehicle. So a vehicle that says salvage vehicle when you put your crosshair on it is one that just turns into scrap metal when you salvage it. It's not drivable. It's not a functional vehicle. Well, that would have been nice. Guessing this double-decker bus isn't functional either. Well, see. Oh, I see a windmill. That's actually really nice because, oh, I see. Do you see the blue dome of that observatory up there? Now I know where I am on the map. Check this out. You see way up here on the map, you can scroll wheel to zoom in. See the blue dome up there? It's up here in the northern central part of the map. So we are right here at the driveway to this dome. And the windmill we can see is this windmill right here. So I happen to know from long experience that this dome area up here is held by a bunch of very heavily armed mercenary soldiers that you see all over this game, called coyotes. And I do not have anything that can get even close to taking those guys on. So that's bad. However, I also happen to know, I'm surprised that I guess we have to get a GPS unit before we can find out, but I also happen to know that although we are here, the safe zone is here where these two little snaky rivers come together. So when I chose to go this way from where we started, I made a wrong move. We actually need to go the other way, south. So I need to turn my butt around, go back the way I came, and keep going down this road until it tees right here. Then I can go and look for the dirt path. And this is actually a power tower, a power pylon, and then we can go to the safe zone. I'm just going to start running down this road. I don't want you guys to have to sit through the whole night with me, so I'm just going to keep recording, but I'll cut this out in editing. We'll go back the way we came, and we'll keep running down the road, and hopefully about the time morning comes, we'll be pretty close to this T intersection down here, and I'll be able to cut you guys back in, and you won't have to sit through a dark video where you can't see what the hell is happening. Alright, I'll see you in the morning. So, I was hoping that I wouldn't have to show you anything else at night. However, I was running by this intersection and a zombie came after me. I had to whip out my axe and axe him a couple questions. This is the guy I killed, and when I put my crosshair over him and pressed F, he had a gun and a bottle of water. So now I kind of have to show you what's going on. I'm just going to take this varmint rifle, and I'm going to throw it in my primary weapon slot. Now, if we double-click on this, we can see more information about it. You could put a muzzle device on it, like a silencer. You could also put a better sight on it, like a scope. You can also see it says 308. So this is a 308 ammunition rifle. We don't have any 308 ammo. I don't know when we're going to get some. I'm going to keep it on me, because even an empty gun is better than no gun, but for the moment, we don't really have anything we can do with it. Also, we have a bottle of water. And this is pretty nice because we're down to 65% on our water bar here. So let's just go ahead, right-click, and drink this. Now, you could drop that container. However, when we get to the safe zone, we're going to be able to refill that with clean water from their well. So let's go ahead and keep that. It's a nice night. I'm about right here on the map. We started out around here, and we need to go down to this intersection and then across to the safe zone. So I may kill a few more of these zombies, but I probably won't show you. At the moment, just trying to get to the safe zone.